Hey everyone, Big Seven here, back for a BBL SuperCoach video. Apologies that I didn't get a video out before last round, just didn't manage to be able to record with the tight turnaround. This week I scored 1,005, sitting at around 2,500 rank. Team value is looking nice and healthy. The round before was actually a really decent round for myself. So we'll go back to it. So the round before, I finished 240th for the round with a score of 1,191. The trades I made for round 5, I brought in Stoinis, who scored well. Harper, that was a really bad trade, but I didn't check the team sheets before the Stars played in that double. So I saw that Harper was in, and then I didn't actually see he was listed at 8 until a couple of minutes before, and at that stage, it was too late for me to make any changes. So I was stuck with Harper for that week. Could have scored. If I had have played McDermott over Harper, I think I would have been like the top 30 odd for the round, but it's okay. We'll deal with that. And then I brought Lynn in early for round 5. That turned out to be a very nice pod move. Reason I did that was so that I could bring in the 4 Scorchers this week. The 4 I chose weren't the ideal 4. Ain Hardy, Inglis, Ty, and Crawley. Players I traded out, Maxwell, Maxwell and Sams, I wish I would have been able to keep, but needed to get rid of them because they had cash attached to them. Needed to be able to afford Hardy and the other guys. Harper I traded out. Also a bit of news about Harper. He was hit in the head in practice yesterday. Hopefully it's not too serious for him, but it sounds like he isn't going to play tonight. So wish all the best for him. And also traded out Stoinis. He was just the weak link. So we look at the team now, and yeah, I made a pretty big blunder. I went with Crawley captain. For me, there were 2 outstanding options for the week. It was a toss-up between Hardy and Short, playing a game at Optus Stadium and a game at Adelaide Oval. So I thought if you're going to be targeting a captain this for that week, then it should have been a predominantly batter. And I talked myself into the Crawley pod, especially after Walter scored 86 in the first game. I thought, you know what, let's make a pod move. Let's try and have a swing at weekly. And rather than winning weekly, I've just become the weekly disappointment. So 28 from Crawley. Matt Short, why do I ever doubt this man? If I wasn't going Crawley, I was going to go Hardy over Short anyway. So, I feel like if I had a captain Hardy, then, it's still a similar deficit back to Short. But, yeah, I doubted Short just with the Scorchers being one of the premier teams in the comp, and I thought the Scorchers would really get on top of the Strikers. But it's a lesson that needs to be repeated because I did it last year. Never doubt Matt Short. Never doubt him. He's up to 318k now as well. That is crazy. He started the season at like 244. So that is a mental price. The other doubles I could have had, Laurie Evans, I was never picking him. Even at 5, he always has the potential to score well. Generally speaking, the Scorchers top order will bat, at least into the 14th, 15th over. And that means that Evans won't get the opportunity to score a quick fire, 50 off 20 balls. But he did this week, and he capitalized on it. So fair play to him. And the other one I didn't get was Lance Morris. He would have been a pod bowler. Would have had no issues picking him, but in the end, elected to bring in Ty as my bowler instead. So, what is the plan going forward from here? Round 7 is the last of the big double weeks. There's the Heat, the Hurricanes, and the Scorchers all on a double this week. And because of my forward planning, I've got so many doubles already. So even before trades, so we'll put Walter on field. Let's say I didn't make any trades this week. I would already have 10 doubles. Granted, I'm not sure how much I trust Nikhil Chowdhury, but still, it's pretty well set up for this double. So what I would like to do is get 10 or 11 really good double players, and I've already got 9 essentially. Maybe I don't trust McDermott all that much, but still, um, I would like to solidify this double a bit better. And then looking forward, round 8, no teams with a double, and round 9, the Thunder are the only team that have a double. So, in terms of maximizing doubles, there isn't really a lot I need to do. Um, in terms of Thunder players, I would want to bring in future. It'd probably be Bancroft, Hales, Sams, and whichever bowler is going to bowl death. I probably wouldn't decide on that fourth player until I see a bit more sample size out of the Thunder. But yeah, I don't really particularly want to go too hard on them. And I think the Sydney test will be concluding soon. So, what is it, day 3 today? I think there's a bit of a break in between so that the Australian players can come back and play some BBL. So, guys like Steve Smith will be available. Maybe Warner at the Thunder, actually. He could be a decent trade in. Who else would there be? Did Pat Cummins commit somewhere? I think he might have committed to the Thunder as well, actually. Sydney Thunder. Maybe not. Maybe I was imagining that. Either way, I want to leave my options relatively open for. So I want to solidify this week. So I think the most obvious trade out for me is Chris Lynn. Website's gone a bit slow. Sometimes a refresh helps. So I think, yeah, Chris Lynn, pretty obvious trade out. I would want to bring in a bowler, I think. I guess the other thing I can potentially do, I want to do it like that. So I probably want to loophole Webster in the bowling line. So if Webster does well, then I don't need to bring in a bowler. Yeah, I'm trying to build a balanced team for this week. I think probably the ideal mix I would be looking at is 5 Scorchers, 3 Hurricanes, 3 Heat. So I've already got a Hurricanes bowler. I've already got a Heat bowler. Probably just trying to pick whoever is best out of those. And for me, it's a toss-up between two players. It's either going to be Xavier Bartlett, who has been bowling at the death of innings. He's pretty expensive. Granted, he's a bit better than what I gave him credit for at the start of the year, but still, it's a pretty hefty price for him. But if he's going to bowl death, then sure, happy to pay it. The other one that's really interesting is Michael Neser. In tournaments past, he's been bowling pretty much his full complement of overs. Um, a bit of background on him though, he pulled out of the PM's 11 game um, to keep fresh, and then throughout the tournament he's only been bowling a couple of overs. So now that third test is you know currently running and almost done, does this give the Heat the impetus to release the shackles on Nisa and let him bowl his full four? Because if he's going to bowl four, then he will be a bargain at that price, and I think he will also negatively impact Xavier Bartlett and maybe potentially Spencer Johnson as well. He will take death overs from one of them. So remains to be seen. Needs to do a bit more research. I'm going to put Bartlett in for now. So doing this would allow me to loophole Webster. I'm also not 100% convinced with McDermott on field. I'm just going to save that actually. So I think, yeah, Chowdhury and McDermott, they're kind of weak double players. So what I want to do, I'll loophole McDermott with short. If McDermott scores well in his first game, then I'll bench short and put Fraser McGurk on field. But yeah, also going to trade out Chowdhury, which is a little bit controversial, but considering he has a double. But 113K, I can get a better double. So I guess I need to do the third trade first. And we looked ahead to round 8, round 9. Round 8 in particular, there are no teams on a bye, and it looks like I'm not going to have a donut for that. So I wanted donuts for a couple of reasons. One, so I can captaincy loophole, and two, so I can loophole some either batters or bowlers. So round 8, the Renegade Stars play last. And ideally, it would be a Renegades player, but I think I'm okay with it being a Thunder player as well, because the Thunder player. Yeah, so I'm going to bring in the Thunder player because if we go down, look at the really cheap options. There's Harry Dixon, but he is batter only, and I've already got Fraser McGurk, so wouldn't utilize him this week. And then there's the two Thunder players that are cheap, Salzman and Constas. I'll bring in Salzman because he has the dual position, so that'll be handy for swinging players around. And then I trade out Boyce, which allows me to bring in either a batsman from the Heat or the Hurricanes. For me, it's going to be a toss-up between, I'll sort by price. For me, it's either going to be Wade or Monroe. I guess I could bring in Nisa as well. I don't think I'd bring in Nisa I don't think I'd want all of Nisa, Bartlett, and Spencer Johnson, but I think Bartlett and Nisa would be fine. But because I've already got Spencer Johnson, I wouldn't go Nisa as a pure batter, so I would probably be going with Wade for team balance. I think Monroe is fine there also. And so this is where it leaves me for round 7. It's a Webster loophole in the bowling line. If he does well, then I guess I probably get rid of Bartlett. Actually, no. I think I would probably still keep Bartlett. Honestly, I'd probably bench Johnson. And yeah, I think that would be fine. I think I'd bench Johnson over Bartlett. Um, and then, yeah, using the McDermott loophole, if he does well in the first game, then Matt Short gets benched, unfortunately. Um, and if he doesn't, then Matt Short stays on field. Vice captain will be someone from either the Heat or the Hurricanes. I think Gabba is slightly batter friendly. Uh, so it would probably, Adelaide Oval is definitely batter friendly. So I'd probably be looking to go Wade vice captain, to be honest. I think that's also a reason to pick him over Munro. That Adelaide Oval deck it's produced two first innings score of over 200, and the Scorchers last night, they were very disappointing. I think the strikers bowled well, but yeah, 153. It looked like a 180 deck. So um, I think, yeah, it will continue to be batter friendly for um, down at Adelaide Oval. And then captain will be a Scorchers player. It definitely won't be Crawley again. I've already tried that once. It's not going to work out. Showgrounds Stadium and the Gabba. I think Showgrounds tends to be a bit more bowler friendly. Who played there recently? I think that would have been Showgrounds 151 in the first innings, and then that would have been that rain delay game. Yeah, that would have been the Chris Green telling everyone to get off the field game. So, by the way, 151 first innings, so that tends to lean towards a bowler. And Optus Stadium being, Gabba probably slightly batter friendly. So I think you could go batter or bowler captain from the Scorchers. I think I would take a risk here. I'll go either Ty or Richardson captain. Um, I'm not sure which one I will go for yet. I kind of want to go Jai just because everyone's saying, yeah, the decline of Jai is really staggering. I think he took like 21 wickets in 11 games last year or something like that. And this year he's barely been in the wicket column. The talent's obviously there, but maybe something might be wrong with him. So he's taken what 5 wickets this year? It's like you compare that to last year. And there are definitely some double games in there, but 7, yeah, so 15 wickets, 15? Yeah, maybe it was like 15 wickets in like 7 games or something like that. Either way, he's good enough to bounce back. Maybe I just go the safer option than Andrew Ty. Unsure which way I will go there, but I think I'll lean towards going a bowler there. Maybe I'll go for Ty. See how that ends up. Go a little bit different on captaincy again this week. Try and win a weekly. Very doubtful that it happens, but the team is pretty strong this week. So I think a lot of other people's teams will be strong, but we'll see how we go. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up for me. So hopefully you guys are doing well, and I'll see you for the next video.